Okay, so we have just finished to make the percolation of this infusion coffee. As you can already see, it's quite dark. In the tasting session, we can feel some flavor like chocolate note, honey note, and then like a little fruity note. This is a Guatemala coffee. It's typical washed coffee. It's one of the old origins where Illy Café started to buy coffee since the years of his foundation. Now we have prepared a true espresso. We are used to prepare a true espresso in order to be sure that the coffee has to be the same taste. If we can feel different taste in these 2 cups, we don't accept the lot, because it means that the coffee is not homogeneously prepared and the coffee can be some issue inside. So the unique blend that we are proposing to our history, it's in order to be sure to have a unique taste, unique Illy taste, equilibrated, smooth, intensity, complex aroma, equilibrated between sourness and bitterness. So we want to have the same quality. And if this example we can have 2 different tastes, it means that the coffee is not good for us. So every time we take a little bit cream and liquid, we do this. We take in our mouth more or less 5 seconds in order to be sure to taste all the taste and flavor that we can have. We taste again the second cup. The 2 coffee are the same, so it's good. And we used to taste in a panel. We don't, in this case, we don't taste in a blind taste. We don't know who is the producer. We know also this is the Guatemala coffee. We taste, and then we share the opinions in order to be sure to feel again. Obviously that the taster session is a long work. The junior, you need 6 months. For the senior taste, you need 12 months, 1 year. But our level, this is super senior taster. We are the people that we are able to choose the correct lot and define which lot has to be in the 9th position of our blend. And also we can share and then put some limitation or suggestion in order to maintain stable the Illy tasting of the blend. We are currently 8 people, super senior. It's more than 3 years of work. For instance, I have more than 15 years that I'm super senior. Helga is 1 year. And Alessandra is more than 2 years. 2 years. After to be already super senior. So they are tasting coffee for more than 20 years for here, and also for her, also for me. So this is a very long training in order to be sure. Because if we do some wrong decision, we can have some big issue in the blend. Because in the same thing that we are rolling a unique blend, we have to take care and to be sure that the blend must be homogeneous in all our products. From ground coffee, for bar, for capsule, and so on. After this testing session, we make the score. In this case, we share. For me, this coffee is 0.5 of sourness. Yes. Bitterness 0.5. Yes. Sweet 0.75. Yes. And the body 0.75. Yeah. Okay. Aroma 2.5 or more, 2.75. More, okay. 75. Total over score 2.5. Yes. Is a high content of caramel, yes. High content of chocolate, yes. And a little bit of honey. Yes. Is a Guatemala coffee. It's good. Okay, good. For us, this sample was approved, and in this case, now our coffee purchaser department can start to be the negotiation to buy its coffee. Now we taste another coffee. Instead, this is a lot. That coffee is already arrived in our harbor. So in this case, this coffee was already tasted in the offer sample, in the pre-shipment sample, when the coffee is ready to charge on the ship. And now this coffee is arrived in our storage in Trieste. This is the 3rd time. You have to take care that sometimes the coffee, before arriving in our blend, we taste other times. because we have offer sample, pre-shipment, lot sample like this that we can prepare the espresso. Then, if the coffee has to be sorted selected automatically by the sorted selection machine, we taste again the coffee, original, accept, and scrap, in order to be sure that the accept coffee has the correct taste. Then we taste the coffee. If the coffee stays in our storage more than 1 month, before that we call here the lot that arrive in our blend, we taste again, because the coffee can change. For this reason, we have to take care that the coffee taste that we are going to put in our blend has exactly the taste that the coffee is put, because if you wait some months, the coffee can change. The coffee is live, and so for this reason, it can change. The other point is that if the coffee is here, during the roasting processing, we taste again, day by day, lots. The other point is that we taste again the coffee after 7 days of aged coffee in order to be sure to obtain the standard quality. After that days, the coffee is Illy Café in its blend, and so we can sell in the market. Now, we are also to take care that in this case, we prepare a original coffee that we already received. We prepare the roaster with more or less 100 grams of coffee. Now we prepare all the espresso of that beans in order to be sure that the coffee might be homogeneous and there are not inside any defects. If the coffee is good, we can approve the lot. If the coffee is not good, we stop this sample. We taste again other 2 samples. If another sample is different, is not in compliance with the preferred sample, we stop the lot and we reject it to our producer or to our exporter. It happens not so often, 2%, 1% during the year, but it can happen. Our quality standard is very, very more strictly than the standard European coffee contracts, because Illy Café has the voluntary to have a unique blend to sell in all the products. And if you sell beans, you have to be sure that the 50 beans that you need for 1 cup must be totally perfect. If you instead you can sell ground coffee, only ground coffee, you can allow to you to mix some defects, because during the grind phase you spread out. But in this case that we prepare the whole bean in the 3 kilograms tin, we must be sure that every bean towards 0 defects is like a philosophy, but we want to reach in that case to obtain the best quality bean by bean. And also the sorting selection that we have in the origin in our company, and also here, how the girls taking 1 by 1, is the unique way to be sure that every bean is in the best condition. So we taste this coffee. This is an Ethiopian coffee. It comes from East Africa area. This is another sample. So this coffee is typical because the flavor is very, very intensive, and you can feel like a jasmine note, like the orange flower or magnolia flower. So it's typical of this Ethiopian coffee by the plateau, very high level, perhaps from Sidamo area. In this case, this flavor is typical of this coffee, that the unique coffee in this particular area of the Ethiopian can have this flavor. No other part of the world currently we have a standard of this taste. This flavor is very important also in our blend, because it gives to us a particular note that we transport and we transfer in the blend. First of all, for the medium roast degree, because in the dark roast degree instead you can a little bit lower. But in the medium roast, that is the red label coffee that we have, is typically this flavor note. It's very well equilibrated, intensive. As you can see here, we prepared a double shot of espresso in every cup. So in this case, it's like to have 8 cups of espresso. Then it's very important also to remember that when you do an infusion, some defects you don't feel it because the dilution render a little bit weaker the intensity. Instead, in the espresso, you extract all good taste and bad taste. So for this reason, when we taste in the espresso way and we have a very clean coffee and the full aroma, full body, you are sure that you have obtained the best transformation of the production, and you cannot have any surprising by the coffee. Instead, with the infusion, you can feel to have a good coffee, but when you do the espresso, you feel the flavor. So in this case, all our testing session here, but also we learn to our producers and exporters in all the world to taste the coffee in the espresso way, because Illy wants to be espresso in the first core business. So for this reason, we learn to them to select their coffee, their quality, their variety in the espresso way. And we learn to them to use the espresso coffee machine and so on. So this is the way typical of Illy in order to be different and try to catch all the best coffee that are available in the world. Now we finish our note. So this is an Ethiopia coffee. The sourness is 0.75, the bitterness 0.5, sweet, very, very, very sweet, 1, body 0.5, aroma, I take 3. It's very intensive, yes, and is the maximum score. 3 is the overall score, is a high flower coffee, yes, and little fruit, yes, a little of caramel, a chocolate note. So you can feel this is a very complex and very full aroma coffee. So the coffee that they do the selection, it's a typical Ethiopia coffee for our blend site. Thank you.